We are live. We're live.
Oh my.
Yeah. Look at you. Night. Well, it's not a night owl for you. What time is it over there?
Well, it is 5:30 a.m. So
what are you doing? Oh, you so it is a night owl because you're like up through the whole night. Yeah.
Yep.
You two, we're gonna have to develop our own. Like we're developing our own language here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ist and phobe and draper and like
Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, and we're gonna have our own time schedules too. We're like pirates, except we stay at home and we don't steal anything.
Yeah, I think I'm on Australian right now. That's the closest to a normal that what mine would be, but
you
know they're pretty far away, so it doesn't make much sense. But that's fine with me.
And they're like authoritative too, and in cages.
Oh yeah, I'm not looking to go over there right now.
Oh, did you see all that whole Tonga volcano thing? That was amazing, man. I mean, it's horrible, but holy shit, I'm really into that stuff. So I watched everything on it. I watched all the tsunami footage, all the satellite.
I saw some of it. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot though.
What nobody's talking about is what this is going to do to the weather for the next couple of years. Because this was a huge eruption, like much bigger than St. Helens and stuff. And the ash in the water got 8 miles up, so it got into the atmosphere. So you had a bunch of seawater mixed with rock and molten rock that turned hard and then soft and got pulverized into ash, and that's now all like going to spread throughout our atmosphere, and eventually the wind will make it like spread evenly throughout our atmosphere, and it's gonna, depending on like if it belches out enough, it could affect our weather for like a couple of years. Yeah. And my wife was just like, yeah, of course. So you know what they were worried about on the BBC today? We're going to be sending an aid for Tonga, but we're concerned about bringing COVID. I'm like, they fucking don't have water right now because like a lot of Tongans get their water from the rain.
Yeah.
We got contaminated by the ash and they're worried about giving them fucking COVID. Like, get over there. Just get them food and water. Shit. Like all their like they had one fiber optic cable that was cut. I guess that got, but there's entire like villages missing now because of the tsunami. It's very sad, but there's a lot of good people out there risking their lives to help them. So thank you. Hey, we're going to start out. We're going to get to super chats and donation answers in just a moment. But the Moon Knight trailer came out. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
I did, actually. I watched it a couple hours ago.
Okay. Well, I haven't seen it. So let's take a look at this. And we're going to go over it tomorrow, too. So let's start with the Moon Knight.
Hello, and welcome to Staying Awake.
I have a sleeping disorder. I can't tell the difference between my waking life and dreams.
Hello, and welcome to Staying
Awake. I'm losing it.
Real catch you on. You're bloody useless, Stevie.
Stephen. I can't tell the difference between life and dreams.
Thank you.
Lost the contact lens.
Hope you find it.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're alive. What's wrong with you, Mark?
Why did you call me Mark? That must be very difficult. Voice in your head. There's chaos in you. Embrace the chaos.
Ooh. Costume looks dope. That looked pretty good. I like that scene. They're gonna fuck it up. They're gonna totally.
Fuck it up.
But that looked good. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, how was his accent?
Maybe it's because of the fact that he's Oscar Isaac, so I know it's an accent. But like, it's fine. I'm fine with it. It's fine.
Okay. It's always nice to have a Brit to ask that about. Yeah.
Always feels a little bit stereotypical when they talk like this.
It does, and same from you guys. When you guys do our accents, you over enunciate way too much. Like, we don't talk like this. Okay. We're very lazy talkers. We barely move our mouths in some cases. On their damn Texas, they don't move their mouth at all. They just kind of talk through their teeth like this, like they got some chewing tobacco in there. No, I'm doing a terrible Texas accent, but that's how they do. I thought that was good. I thought that was really good.
So yeah, so did I. But I think I said to Freaks, I was watching with him, that like, give it time, and we will be saying, man, they had so much potential and they ruined it. That's what we'll be saying.
It looks like they're going to follow maybe that Bendis Malieve run. You have no idea what I'm talking about, but
I believe you.
I mean, I hope they really kind of move. Like, I would. The multiple personality disorder, it's cool. It's fine. It's going to make it weird. I was fine with the Mark Spector doing multiple personalities to fit in New York and basically him be Batman, but I know they're not going to do that one. But that's the OG one, right? So, because there was a personality as a cab driver. He's got a butler named Frenchie, and and I'll be honest with you guys, I haven't cracked open my Sienkiewicz, Doug Moench comic Moon Knight books in a long time, but I'm gonna do it now. Look, it looks good. I'm gonna say, as a trailer by itself, it looks good, but this is Disney Plus. They have not managed to finish a story or get past a good second episode yet. So
because it's so promising when there's so much focus on him as a person, it looks like, but for all I know, that's just half the first episode and that's it.
That's probably what it is. That generally, when we get TV trailers, you're absolutely right. It is the first episode, maybe some stuff later on in the series, but that's it. That's it. But I'm going to say thumbs up on the trailer. I will, by itself. Peacemaker.
People are loving it from what I've seen, but I did not like it, and neither did you. Nope.
Way down. Took away. We just talked about it. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Completely contradicts the character from the Suicide Squad in a couple of ways, in a lot of ways. No. But I've got some questions that you feel free to answer. There's going to be some stuff from my anniversary stream and Friday Night Tights. I apologize. X-Ray Girl could not get today's gathered. So I'll do another one of these in a couple of days. Like,
sweet.
Yeah. Like, what's today? Monday?
Currently for me it's Tuesday, but I think it's still your Monday. Yeah,
it's Monday. Thursday night I will do another one. Okay, guys. So sorry about that. I really am. It's not X-Ray Girl's fault though. I should have told her sooner, but that's my bad. So here we go, and we will share them because we share. Thanks for being here, everyone. Eric K, I see ya. Look at that. We got Taker 610's giving the super chat right now. He says the whole Nerdrotic EFAP G&G sphere should do a special event for The Last Jedi's 15th anniversary celebration. The unforeseen catalyst of so much, or 5th anniversary celebration. I was like 50. Yeah. Looking on my schedule. Are we getting near a 5th anniversary?
Jesus.
Oh yeah, I think that's what
2017. Yeah,
great idea.
So that'll be this December.
December. I think we should do like a cross-channel event, right? Because we all stream like motherfuckers. So, if you want,
would it require that we all rewatch the film, talk about it?
Because I have only seen it once.
Oh, it's such a disaster.
That would have to take. You'd have to talk me into that one because, like, no.
But what we could do is just talk about what it was like back then and what it is now. You know?
Yeah, I mean, we could like kind of reminisce over like what's happened over the last 5 years, what's gotten worse, which is pretty much everything. What's gotten better, which is not much, except I think that fandom people find a way to make a good situation out of bad. I know we have our detractors who think we are just the worst thing in the world, but there's a lot of people who like have met some of their best friends through our chats, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
like,
man.
Can't put that down. That's why I was talking about this earlier today. I don't go after other people's audience. People could like what they like. You know, it's. I'll question you. I will question you, but you can like what you like.
You can like TLJ. It's okay.
John Campia thought Peacemaker was an absolute triumph. He even said that in his video.
He likes a lot of stuff, and that's great.
Fucking triumph with that guy. But we love Robert Meyer Burnett.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Taker 610, I give you credit for that. I think that is a fantastic idea. I love it to death. I think that'd be lots of fun. Thank you for the $5. Let's make it happen. So it's so it must be 5 years this year, 22-18.
It'd be hard to
What
sort
year?
of. Oh, that it's 27, late 2017, right?
17, 18, 19, 20, 22. Yeah, 5-year anniversary. Holy shit.
The thing is, it would be hard to figure out because is there a 12 cap on StreamYards?
They made Moon Knight insane later. It didn't start out insane.
The capacity for people on StreamYards is 12, right?
The capacity on StreamYards is 12. We could, I guess, if you guys would be willing to do Zoom, we could do more.
Because I was going to say, like, we'd have to figure out who we're allowed to bring in and not. Because EFAP alone, we'd want like it's like 4 people, and then that's before we get the Friday Night Tights and Geeks and Gamers people in.
Oh yeah, I think we should maybe like mix and match and just do it on Discord, like you do it. We can all probably figure that out, right? Can we?
I don't know if you want it because Discord's cap is 10.
Oh, it's 10. Yeah, okay. So I can find something because I think Restream has a higher number. We'll find something with a higher number that we can at least temporarily use that night. Or we can mix and match. We'll find a way to mix and match. Because yeah, that would get to be a lot of people.
It would.
It would. All right. So let me share this. There we go. And I don't know. Did you know who Gothix is, right? She's
I've seen her a bit. I can't remember if I've been on a show with her or not.
I think you might have been on a show with us maybe for a minute or something. I can't remember. She's really nice, and I like her. I like the cut of her jib. I really do. And we had Chris Gore on too, who's cool. And Horror Amarada for $50 said, "Hail all in Gothics. The G4 rant has always been the type of talk that pisses me off. It makes women look weak. I don't need anyone to make space for me because I belong here. No matter what anyone says, I'd say more, but I'm not rich. Love you all." Hey, that's what we do here. We don't treat you like you're fucking a child, like not fucking, like you're a child. I say F words too much. Like you're a child, right? We don't treat you like a child, like you're something special or dainty that we're going to break if we say something too hard. I treat everybody the same, and so do you. Like, that's what we're doing, okay? We're not...
And I feel like a level of gaslighting happens where they try, like, like women who are just happy to be sort of sexually empowered and they're having fun, they're back and forth with everybody, and then years later they're like, maybe I was internalizing misogyny. Maybe it was the peer pressure. I didn't want to do any of that. It's like, oh, okay. Like, I imagine Olivia Munn. I wonder what she has to say about all this G4 stuff right now.
Yeah. She's been talked about more now than she has been in a long time. I'm surprised she's been quiet about it. I'll say what's much more likely than their roving bands of misogynists and sexists and racists and all this is manipulative, opportunistic motherfuckers. There's much more of them than anybody else who will take a situation and twist it to their advantage to somehow gain attention, shield themselves from criticism. That's prevalent in entertainment. That is the way in Hollywood. Like if you you're almost looked at, even if it's on the person that might be the victim of the manipulation, they'll be like, how did you pass that up? You're like, this is Hollywood. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to take advantage of these things to get attention. You sell your mother to get attention. We were just discussing this with the Ray Fisher thing. It's like, people will do and manipulate situations and make things hyperbolic just to get attention. And that's the way in Hollywood. And it's a double-edged sword. It's kind of like how they describe magic in A Song of Ice and Fire. It's a sword without a hilt. No, women don't need to be treated special and all this, like, half women work here. And, what happens when you give the women the opportunity and then they go and they fail miserably? Did you help them at all? When you gave somebody a chance that, sure, you give them a chance, but then you just let them go out there and fail?
I'm sure she's got a huge career ahead of her, plenty of opportunities, and she's probably helped everyone at G4. I'm sure of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She's right. It just makes them. It makes women look weak. It doesn't help your cause at all when you go out and you start blasting everybody and calling everybody sexist. You look like it becomes a stereotype. Part of a stereotype. All right, now I missed these. These were missed on Friday Night Tights. So these are going to be read here, and they're going to be read on Friday Night Tights. Bradley Burnett, with my apologies. I don't know. They just didn't get picked up. I'm sorry. But again, this will be read at the beginning of the show on Friday, but here as well. Bradley Burnett, because there is 10 super donations for $50 each. Belated congrats to Gary for 8 years. 2 years ago this week, I found the Nerdrotic channel while looking for scathing critiques of the fall of Skywalker. Kept looking down the rabbit hole and found so many other great channels and people. And today is my 49. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sorry this one got missed, man. I really am. I got no excuse. And today is my 49th birthday. May not be watching when you read this, might be out for dinner and enjoying a tomahawk steak. Regardless, I always get a little retrospective on my birthday, especially when you're 1 year away from the big 5-0, brother. Something happened to me yesterday in court that made me think. I lost my hearing. No big deal. Win some, lose some. It was how I lost it that pissed me off. The other younger lawyer said some mistruths and cast some aspirations of my professionalism. There are some things you just don't do, and that's them. Yeah, there's certain things in life, like even the calmest person, MauLer, you cross certain lines, and it's just like them fighting words, man.
Oh, yeah.
No, don't do that. It's like, for me, I don't know. You can say whatever you want about me, but like when people like, and this is rare occurrence, but like if people disrespect my wife, or I lose my shit. I lose my shit. I absolutely lose my shit. And not that she needs me, that she doesn't need me to protect her and stuff. I just still lose my shit. So pissed off. I realized I was pissed off because I care. I care about my reputation and professionalism, as you should, as a lawyer. It's important to me. So what is the purpose of this little story? I think it relates to what you do on YouTube and what we support. Yes, you're talking about movies, TV shows, and comics, works of fiction, fictional characters, but it's more than that. These stories and characters weren't just entertainment and escapism. We grew up with all these things. They were part of our lives. These stories and characters are like modern mythology, lessons about right and wrong, good and evil, friendship and family. I'm sure we all learned things from family, school, church, and the like, but also from these stories, these characters. Now, all these things are wrong. All these things have to change for an agenda, for the message, Do you look at Shakespeare and say Hamlet would have been so much better if he and Horatio were gay lovers, or Othello or Lago fucked, or Lago, sorry. That's clown world. Great point. Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, all of it. It is important to all of us. We care about these characters and stories. When they are demeaned and deconstructed, we get angry. You all are out there shouting what we all feel, and thank God you do it. Thank you. I know we all made a resolution to take more seriously our fun this year. That was Brie Larson's quote.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, clearly kidding. But for me, I think it's time I become a little more vocal on my opinion. Maybe not on a channel, but maybe among the people in my area. All politics is local. Very good. Very good thing. Definitely time for me to get back to being creative, writing, and art as always. Thank you all for your unbridled passion, unabashed honesty, and humor through it all. Keep up the fight because it's important. Hail Friday Night Tights. Hail the amazing chat. Hail the amazing Bradley Burnett. By the way, that was $500.
Legend.
And it was pure gold. What you just said there. That was pure gold. That needs to be read before every fucking Friday Night Tights. That needs to be our crawl, because that's what we do. That's what it is. And there's multiple reasons why these stories became more important in our lives than maybe previous generations. My generation is the DIY generation. The reason we did it ourselves, do it yourself generation, is because we were at the time we were called latchkey kids, which was we had a little key latch on our belt to get so we can get it in the house when we got home, because we were the first generation to get home to an empty house because mom and dad were both working constantly. Or we were the first generation to have a 50% divorce rate. So there was only one parent. So mom or dad was gone working constantly. We got home. We got a giant bowl of cereal. We turned on the fucking cartoons. It depended on how old you were. I did that basically from 9 to 25. No, just kidding. And we watched fucking cartoons. We read comic books. We hung out with our friends. We got on our BMX bikes. We played street football. We played football in the park. We played baseball in the park, softball, whatever we wanted to play, soccer. And the only time our moms would come home from work is if we broke our leg or something, which I did. And yeah, so we these stories became part of us because we were at home alone, and this was our company. It was our company. You know, not that we were sad or anything. I fucking loved it. I was fine. I'm like, oh my God, my parents aren't home. I am surrounded by comic books. I got my Fruit Loops. I'm good. But he makes a great point about Shakespeare right there. What Hollywood doesn't realize is, like, when you're fucking with Star Wars, you're fucking with Shakespeare. It's Shakespeare. It's Shakespeare to us. It's Star Wars is going to be a story that, like, the OT is, well, I don't know now. Would have been around forever, MauLer.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? Because you think about what is Star Wars, and the more Disney adds their own shit, the more your brain, I think, has trouble looking at Star Wars as just the OT, which is obviously, I think you and I kind of have that approach. You know, not trying to piss off any prequel lovers out there or any of the extended stuff, but the more we get, the more Book of Boba Fett's that get stapled on, you're like, what is even this creature that is Star Wars anymore? And it didn't have to be that way.
No, stapled on is a very good description of it. Maybe bad Scotch tape.
Yeah, it's like slipping off, and you just kind of hope that one day it'll rip and just go off.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that's how important it is, and it's important to a lot of people. That's why we get, you know, That's why we get as many people as we get watching, and how many other channels have spawned out, and they continue to do so, which is great. The Whitfield report for $1 says, "Hail Friday Night Tights. It's my 27th birthday. So young on Monday, and I'm happy to spend the Friday." Well, that's today. Happy birthday, Whitfield report. And I'm happy to spend my the Friday of my birthday weekend here with all of you. Also, I am objectifying Chrissy with much love. Yeah, she is. Like, Chrissy's the last person who's going to complain about being objectified. Trust me.
Make her the presenter, G4.
It'd be such a better fucking channel, but I would, then I'd lose her, and it'd be bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say, fuck it. We don't want it to jump over there, I guess.
Just got
I'm
her.
pretty sure that's going down. Like, whoever's a part of G4, good luck. You've got to really try to remain relevant, you know?
Apparently, Comcast, the company that owns it, they're a cable company here. And cable company is not what they were, but it's part of NBC. So it's NBC owns G4. It's a couple of subsidiaries down, but it's NBC. And they put a bunch of money into an esports stadium. I believe it's in Anaheim or LA, somewhere in LA. So yeah, there's a stadium for esports, and that's what they were going to center it around. They were going to have like this ESPN G4 thing of esports. It's a great idea for 2007, for 2012, 2015 even. It ain't a great idea for 2022 when we're still, especially when you're in a state that thinks it's the Spanish flu and not just.
Dude, it feels weird even hearing 2022. Like, wasn't it yesterday that it was 2020? It's like, yeah, well,
we're not like way past Blade Runner. It's like, that's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Everybody asks, "Where's the flying car?" That's your flying car. Yeah. Did Gothics have any idea what she was getting into? Evil Bunny, $20? No. We never know what's going to happen on Friday Night Tights. We just don't. And thank you. As I said earlier today, we don't have a 67,000 square foot studio, which is what they have.
10,000 producers breathing down your neck about what you can and can't say.
Mm-hmm. God, that must suck.
It must suck.
Nerd fan for $10. G4, don't comment on my looks as it's shirt. I'm fat.
I saw that clip.
This is why I love this show. Such a great time. Yep.
I guess it's not even just that presented, because like in that clip with the G4 stuff, it's like all those other guys, the seal clapping, I saw a lot on FNT as well. But like you could tell, I think it's Gerard the Completionist. He's probably the most normal one there, and even he was like, "Oh, this is what we're doing." Oh, and he's like, look at his face throughout, like, "Oh man, like what is this gonna do?" Like,
YouTubers.
You know, in that environment though, if you're the guy that goes, "Oh, I disagree with some of the points you made there," it's like you might be fired, dude.
Yeah. I want to give some big unsolicited advice for YouTubers. I don't care how big you are. I don't care if you got 1 million subs. This is for the younger YouTubers. Like, this is probably your first job, your first success, and congratulations. If you got a couple million subs, you did a great job, kid. Great job. Don't sign off with anybody else. What the fuck are you doing? Do not give up your independence for anything. I said it a couple weeks ago. You can't pay for independence like that. I don't care how much they pay you. I don't care. It can't be enough. There's not enough. $100 million. I think that Joe Rogan set the standard. Your independence is worth $100 million, no matter what size your channel is. Fuck no, don't work for somebody else. And then, like, because you have no control over anything. And then you're sitting next to Big Bird yelling about sexism. And you're like, and you just saw
How did I get here?
you just saw in his eyes. Hello,
Yeah.
my old friend. Oh, poor guy.
And that's the thing, man. A lot of the big starts everyone gets is because of the wild streak. They come up with a take that was like, "Oh wow, that's actually really interesting and true and edgy," and then they get popular enough that like, I don't want to make any risks anymore. I'd like to just calm down and talk about flowers and rainbows and everything's great. Just like, yeah.
Or delete your Jordan Peterson interviews.
Oh yeah, got to do that.
How to do that? Delete your Jordan Peterson interviews to be on the left side of history because you're a complete fucking sellout. That's my opinion.
Well, funnily enough, what I just described, I think H2H kind of is the poster child for softening over time, just softening and softening and softening. Climbed the ladder and pulled it up before other people could use it.
Not the first man to have what happened to his body happen to his opinion. I just thought that one up myself. That's 2 today.
Yeah, I'm sure at least half the people in chat probably know where he started H3, and he's a different person completely now, or rather, he's revealed who he actually is.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, like, hey, I'm not going to do the humor anymore, but like, no regrets, man. Hiding your shit. That's Howard Stern before. Oh, here, I'm going to make a promise. I'll make a promise. I mean, not that it's ever going to happen, but I understand my content has a ceiling in the vast scheme of things. There's only so far it can go. Because it doesn't have mass appeal. I'm totally okay with that. I am I don't want to have mass appeal. I'm fine. Not that, like I said, it could stop tomorrow. I'm fine. Like, I'm totally happy with where I am. It probably has a lot to do. Like, would I feel this way when I was 25? Probably not. But I'm not. I'm 52. This is great. This is fantastic. It can just stay here. I don't need anything else. The woke breaker, if I'm going to, I want to evolve, of course, and do my own thing, but I don't need it from outside entities. The woke breaker for $5. Hail, rough couple of months, but FNT gets me through the weekend. Superman and Lois is screwed. Oh, yeah. Love when Gothics is on. Also, DS9 writing is amazing. You should go back and watch. All hail to the true nerds and patriots. Do not comply. Never comply, woke breaker. Thank you very much. DS9 is fantastic. I will go back to it someday. I have other things that I have to watch first. I don't know why Superman and Lois is screwed other than being on the CW that's being sold. And it's like the one time they're like, hey, let's try to do something good. And they did. The thing was, it wasn't phenomenal. It's good. It's really good at times, but it's not phenomenal, which is not fair. Not anything like Buffy's phenomenal. Oh, I said it. Joss Whedon.
Well, to be fair, the new thing with that is that, hey, maybe it really wasn't Joss's work. Have you seen how many women were on staff? You're like, what?
Oh boy, that's bullshit. But I mean, and we're gonna go into it. We're saving that for tomorrow. So there's a big Joss Whedon article that MauLer and I want to break down. Everybody's hating on Joss. I have a little bit of different take on it. I'm sure you do too. I think Joss is an asshole. I've always thought he was an asshole.
Yeah.
I think they're all assholes. I think Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder, they're all fucking assholes. That's all. They're all a bunch of Hollywood douchebags who would sell their fucking mother to get a step up somewhere. That's what I think. Oh, integrity over art or whatever the fuck Ray Fisher says. Petty. He's a petty little biatch. I thought he did fine in the Snyder cut. It's not like a memorable performance.
Yeah, I have no reason to think he's a bad actor. But then again, I didn't direct him, so what would I know? But
Yeah. But yeah, it's do not comply. And don't be a little bitch. Don't be bitch made. It's like people will be mean. People will yell. Learn from it. Stand your ground. Definitely stand your ground if you think they're wrong or but like fuck. I've screamed at like my best friends. Like we've screamed at each other. And we're like an hour later, we're fine. It's just the way it is. The Common Nerd for $20. All hail the Fellowship. Gothic and Frosk are hot. Gothics. Oh, how dare I objectify one of our guests? She's a very attractive young lady, for sure. I sound like an old fucking man. Sorry, but I think there's a certain amount of class that should be associated with Gothics, okay? Because I think she's classy. He says, I've fapped twice already. Gary, thanks for the boost for the last super chat. You guys and gals are an inspiration. The encouragement spurns me to make a video every day, Monday through Friday. You are all the best. The common nerd, that's awesome. Of course, he's probably fapped like 20 times since then. Sweet. Yeah, that guy sitting next to Frost going, it's weird, man. It's weird.
It's weird.
And I'm like,
just like cheerleaders that don't really have spines, it's just lame.
That hand he is clapping with was jerking his little jerkin off in the G4 bathroom that day. I bet I would put a large amount of money on the fact that he probably whacked it in the bathroom. What is he, under 30?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, under 30. No offense to you, MauLer. But, anybody under 30, they could whack it in an instant, like any moment.
It's a power.
It's a power. It's called being virile. Yeah. Dan Fred for $10. All hail Friday Night Tights, donating from Waverly, Iowa, the birthplace of Clint Barton, Marvel's Hawkeye. That's right. I'd like to think that that the beginning scene of the Avengers Endgame took place within miles of my home. Happy Friday and Godspeed, everyone. Godspeed to you. It's awfully weird what they did to Clint Barton. Giving him a family was just something I did not see coming. What?
That goes all the way back to Age of Ultron, where I think if you remember Avengers, people were like, yeah, Avengers great, yeah, but Hawkeye didn't really, and I think Joss Whedon felt that. He was like, oh fuck, I really didn't give much to Hawkeye. You know what, I'll give him loads in Age of Ultron, and it was super stilted. Like, do you remember when his wife is like, you're the heart of the team or something? It's like, I'm sorry, what? Like, wait, what? Where did you get that from?
Yeah. No, all they had to do was let him be fracking Hawkeye. I don't understand how you want to know how you make Hawkeye look extremely badass in 5 minutes. You put him in a fight with some martial arts guy. Okay, just some Batroc. You put him in a fight with Batroc, right? And you give Batroc some weapons, and you give Hawkeye some weapons, and then you see Hawkeye run out of arrows, and you see him like pick up like little razor blades and fucking flick him at his eye, and fucking like Batroc, good. He gets out of the way, but like you could see Hawkeye just like picking up a pencil, and go phew, like that, and like sticking him in his eye, and like, dude, that's how you make it look badass. It's like what Frank Miller did to Bullseye in one little scene. Bullseye, I believe, is in a cab. And he flicks out a card, and he goes, and he just cuts the fucking cabbie's throat with the playing card and walks out like he just finished a good sandwich. And as a kid, you're just like, because Bullseye before was like, I'm gonna throw darts at you and shit like that, right? It's like no, like this guy is like freakishly good with like anything is a weapon in his hand, anything. That's a bitchin' power that you can have so much fun with, and nobody did anything with it ever because they're dumb.
Well, yeah, Daredevil season 3, right? You got a couple scenes like that where he's throwing basically everything into everyone.
Yeah, Bullseye. Yeah. I mean, like even in the fucking dumb Daredevil movie, he does that.
Yeah.
Stuff. I mean, that's
when he flicks a peanut to kill an old lady.
Yeah, that's Bullseye. Like, that's cool. Why aren't you doing that? I mean, that's why he's the best assassin. He could just sit there, be eating a Cobb salad, and just gets a little peanut and just fucking kills the person he kills. Oh, choked on a peanut. And Bullseye versus Hawkeye is just an awesome matchup. And you had a Daredevil villain in it, and you could have made, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, but the Ronin flashbacks, have Bullseye put the Ronin costume on and make it look like it was Ronin, but it was really Kingpin who killed Echo, and that would have been a good little plot twist. Instead of having Hawkeye kill Echo's dad, which is what they did. So Kingpin manipulated dumb Hawkeye. He knew he was being manipulated, and he still went through and did it anyway. He did the Kingpin's bidding. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? And people defend that show. God dang it. More I think about it, it's like, all right. Oh boy, what's this one? Oh, it's Man of War 665. The neighbor of the beast says, Twatter. So glad you guys left that cesspool in the dust a year ago. I know you're holding me to that. You're not going to let that go. I was going to leave Twitter. And we all came back. But it's actually been very good for networking, Man of War. Like,
It's true.
I chatting with Sydney Watson. That's fucking cool. But the other parts I just stay out of. I stay out. Frost is a fake ass Chloe Price, in my opinion, says Trollamati for $5. Chloe Price. Who's Chloe Price? Chloe Price. I'm gonna look it up.
I'm not sure.
It would help if I fucking spelled it right. God. She looks like an avatar. She looks like a video game. But Chloe Price is, yeah, she does look like Chloe Price. There's an antagonist and there's a protagonist. Chloe Price is the deuteragonist.
Deuteragonist.
What's a deuteragonist?
Basically just means the second protagonist.
Oh, okay. Of Life is Strange.
Oh.
Yeah, she does look like it. Except not as, like, at least Chloe Price looks a little pretty. As for an avatar, for a fake, it's a fictional character, basically. The Vibes broadcast for $2. You guys rock. My channel is very insignificant compared to you all's. But if you could give me a chance, I'd love to interview any of y'all. Email me. If we can fit it in the schedule, I don't care how channel size doesn't bother me as far as interviews go. Carlos Batista. Did I get Carlos Batista? Yes, I didn't. Okay. You guys should clip the DJ split to get a taste of Smiling Friends. Gary, already saw the blackface clip with MauLer. DJ Smiling Friends. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
We did. I'm actually a demon. You like blackface? No,
guys, I'm a demon. I'm from across the river. I'm from the forest.
Sluggy Slurms for $25 for me. G4 Attack of the Show was amazing growing up. Finally, a place for gamers, internet culture. Then the Frost came up and killed all the fans, but maybe it'll be better on the second reboot. Hail Friday Night Tides, hail Gothics, Chris, hail chat, and hail boobs. Hail boobs. Y'all leave Justin Bieber alone, says Southeastern Kaiju for $5. Null Unit 60 for $34.57 says, I had boomer moment and forgot what I wanted to put here. I suppose I will remember one day. That happens to me all the time.
Mm-hmm.
HSS Red Dragon for $10. CNET Central and G4 were the 90s and 2000s live versions of PC World, Nintendo Power, magazines, and other mediums. I really enjoyed it in the 80s and 90s. Such a shame to bring it back just to burn it down this way. Thank goodness for modern alternatives. Hail Friday Night Tides. Yeah, it's like bringing back Wizard Magazine and just making Wizard Magazine. That's what they did. It's like bringing it back now and just making it the same way it was before. Imprint, same top 10 artists. Who would be the top 10 fucking artists for Wizard these days? But yeah, they just did what Collider did 5 years ago and failed at, and Nerdist and all that other shit. Remember Talking Dead? Do they still do Talking Dead?
I remember that. Yeah. I thought it was just around for the show, and was it around for more than that?
I think it was just around for the show. There
Show
used
ended,
to,
right?
Yep, there used to be a really, really, really good. I'm completely forgetting the host's name. It was, I can't remember where I even watched it. I think it was YouTube. It was a post game show for Game of Thrones done through Winter is Coming website. For 2 years, they had the best freaking post game show for Game of Thrones. Like, the people read the books, they knew what the fuck they were talking about. Then it just went away. I was very sad about it. But the girl was cute. I can't remember. Maybe the chat can help me. I forgot what it was called too. Scarfy the Strange for $1. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. H and Zero for $10. Chrissy, show us your boobs. Well, I'll pass that on. But the answer for me will be no, because I don't think YouTube would like that.
No.
If I was Chrissy, I would monetize those bajungas. So if anybody wanted to see my boobs, they'd have to go to OnlyFans and pay like $500 or something to see them. Sorry, Agent Zero. I got to look out for Chrissy, So there's obviously a price on her boobs. She's, and yeah, I just wouldn't give away those. But maybe she wants to give them away for free. I shouldn't decide for her. Look at me, a man deciding for a woman. What was
misogyny striking once again?
Totally. It's my externalized misogyny. Travis N for $5. Hail. Not that I think any of you do this. Oh, but you see, when you start out with that, you think we all do it, whatever you're about to accuse us of, because a lot of it is obvious. But how do you guys how do you check yourselves and make sure you're not just becoming the mirror image of wokesters? Tilting at windmills, seeing things you review that might not be there, by constantly questioning myself and only doing a review on something when I review something, I review it because I'm like initially going to be interested in this. Like, this is something I know about, and this is something I generally would like. And when I review it, I give you the truth. I think, I don't know. How do you go about that? Well, because you do reviews completely different than I do, because you are very focused on the story, what is presented by the creator, which I really respect. So what's your philosophy when you go into something? How do you pick and choose what you are going to watch, MauLer?
Oh, that's a tough question, because I didn't watch Hawkeye, but I did watch Boba Fett. So it's like, why? It's like, I think I got I'd seen too much Marvel. I think they disappointed me too much recently, and then Star Wars is like this little kid who's like, I've got a new painting. I'm like, okay, let's. We haven't seen you in a while. How you doing now? And once we get Andor and Ahsoka and Kenobi all in a row, I think at that point I will stop being like, I don't know if I can watch any of this anymore. Like, I need a huge break again and go back to whatever Marvel shows out at the time, like Moon Knight maybe. What is that, in like 3 months or something?
Yeah, I'm definitely covering that.
Yeah. Well, this is a good hope. It could be good, imagine. So yeah, but then a lot of self-interrogation, and we do try on EFAP to argue on behalf of the content if we can see an alternative. Even if we know the argument's not going to work, we'll bring it up just to knock it down. But we're open. We don't do the whole like ban everybody who's got any connection to anything we don't like, to make because it basically means you can't get challenges on perspectives and stuff. But I think it's a fair worry to have, and it's just keep it in your back pocket. Make sure you're not falling down the same rabbit hole, right? Like like the Bechdel test, like the reverse of that might be, just the reverse it. Imagine we came up with something like that, and it would be like, oh no, we've essentially become the villains. Can't be doing that. So yeah, we keep an eye on a lot of stuff. Try and maintain the standards we've built. It can be tough, but and chat, you can keep us in line a lot of the time as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's. I mean, I'm going off my gut. So, Yeah, the way I do it is very similar. It's just okay, so why I stick with Marvel and why did I black pill Star Wars essentially? Well, I'm not an expert in anything, but I'm a fan of a lot of things. But if I had to like pick one thing, am I the fan most of? Like, what has been the lifelong passion from? Well, it's comic books, Marvel comic books, Marvel DC comic books. That's number one. Like, that's the first thing I picked up. Sure, I was watching Batman and Superman too, but it's comic books was my first love for nerddom. Then came Star Wars and Star Trek, and I think Star Trek came a little before Star Wars, and then Doctor Who later on and stuff. And it just, yeah, it's hard to say. Star Wars is something like I'm an OT fan, so the prequels didn't do a lot for me. They just didn't. They're better what Disney's done, but they haven't done a lot for me, and they still don't do a lot for me. So my Star Wars was been eroding for a long time. I never got in the EU, or probably would have done more for me. I think the EU, I think a lot of people like the EU, and that embellishes the prequels quite a bit. So does the Clone Wars, I guess. I prefer the Tartakovsky Clone Wars myself, like Ryan. But yeah, I stick with Marvel because it's my first love. And this is shit I've wanted to see. Like seeing Moon Knight live action right there. I've been waiting for that for fucking decades. I've been waiting because like he's got the coolest costume. He's a cool fucking hero, you know. And yeah, it was pretty cool to see.
You got a good actor on him, so
they got a good actor on him. It looked like they're handling it like they're taking that's probably some of the hardest source material to adapt. And doing what they can to bring it in there. Disney does not deserve my benefit of the doubt. They got the look right. Great. So I'm going to at least get a good 1/6 scale figure out of this. That's enough for me to be happy.
Well, if you look at the people who are writing it, that's the big.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it.
One of them's behind the fucking, or at least partially behind the Death Note adaptation on Netflix.
Oh no!
Yeah, that was a big worry.
I don't know shit about it, but I know that's bad because I watched it and it sucked.
Everyone hates it.
Oh no! What are you doing? Hiring that? Oh.
Then we got the Fan Stick, the writer for that, or at least people involved with that. Nobody liked that either.
Did you ever watch Chronicle though?
Yes.
I
like Chronicle as well. Well, a lot of people say that Fan Stick was ruined by the studio.
Yeah.
They got Bloodshot. That was a dumb movie. Well,
maybe it's gonna suck. Okay, it's gonna suck. I'm just gonna say it's gonna fucking suck. And then if it doesn't suck, I'll just say I was wrong and I'm really happy.
Just, you know, like I said, with the trailer, I was just like, I just don't trust you, but I'll give you a shot. I just don't trust you.
Oh, can I clear the record? Well, there's some dipshit in the chat going to people's chats, like everywhere, saying that Nerdrotic said Venom 2 and Dune was going to be woke before it came out. He's lost all credibility. And I said, that is not what I fucking said. You little fucking liar. I said they could be woke. And I'll say, you know what? Everything could be woke in 2020. Everything. Every single thing that comes out could be woke. There, it's a blank statement. I'm going to be wrong about some of the stuff. I'm fine with that. But God, I know it's a troll, but it's like, God, I've seen it in like 7 fucking live streams. I'm like, dude, shit.
Well, there was one I saw in the last real BBC that was like, MauLer thinks Captain Marvel is better than Black Widow. Like, I was just like, so? They're both awful.
Yeah, my really, like, that shart I blew in my toilet the other day was worse than the really hard poop that I dropped out like I'm a rat, you know, and it was just like little, you know, circle turds. Little balls of turd. Sorry, gross analogy, but that's
but the point has been made.
Shit, in other words. Circle turds. It's getting
circle turds.
Circle turds. I couldn't come up with the word ball for some reason. I don't know why.
Like 3D sickles. I don't know what to call them.
Turds. That's my new punk band, Circle Turds. Where was I? Travis and for fun. That's a good question. It's something I always have to ask myself. I'm always accused by that. My God. It's every time I come out with something Marvel, I've gone too far. And I tell you, I don't think I have. I even like with my last video, I thought I was pushing a little bit. I'm like, because I was getting into territory I didn't want to get into. Right. I'm fine with criticizing like a show. But when I was starting to cover the Miss Marvel stuff and the controversy on Twitter, which is over the rules of Islam, Muslim rules, like I don't know anything about that stuff. I'm not going to get, and I don't feel, and listen, I'm not afraid of fucking Islam. I do the same thing with Christianity. I just am aware of some more rules of Christianity than I am in Islam. But I'm not really into breaking down somebody's religion. That's a very personal thing. So it's not anything I'm going to openly criticize in a video because, I'm like a live and let live dude. Practice your religion. I think everything you should be able to parody everything evenly, make fun of everything, but you can also respect somebody's religion at the same time. So when I got into the a lot of people were upset because Marvel changed her powers from inhuman powers to magic powers. And some people were saying, no, magic's forbidden and Muslim. Like I had a whole thing in there where I was pointing out like how kind of fucked up that is because people are really getting on that, but, and they're taking it really seriously. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine that they take that seriously. It's also fine if I take the character seriously of like when they gender swap a character, it's the same argument. It's the same fucking argument. If you want accuracy, we're talking about accuracy. We're talking about accuracy to a religion you're adapting. But then it got into a lot of arguments of like, like what's the term I should put? How like there's varying degrees of faith, right? There's Puritans and then there's Lutherans, right? It's different. So it got into all that. I'm like, I don't want to get into this. I just don't want. I just want to talk about Miss Marvel. So I cut a lot of it out. But that's like I edit a lot of stuff out. I run stuff by people if it gets to be a jam. But most of the time I just choose my battles. Because not everything is woke. It's not. But I could say with pretty high confidence, most everything is right now. It is. There is some woke element. I just read an article basically stating that like everything in Hollywood has to be woke. It's a guideline now. It's an absolute guideline. Everything, like you are going to shit yourself when fucking Lord of the Rings comes out. Because people are hearing it. They're hearing it. They're hearing it, but they're not seeing it. I'm going to use a terrible analogy, but but it's still a very accurate one. If you remember the sports athlete, you probably don't. Guy named Ray Rice was a player for the Baltimore Ravens, and he was accused of hitting his girlfriend. And, players get accused of that all the time. This was about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, maybe less, somewhere in there. And, people were upset, but they weren't that upset until the video came out. And they saw he was in an elevator and he fucking pops. Like, this guy's a big dude. And he pops his fucking girlfriend full fist. Lost his job that day. Was gone from the league that day. So they knew he had hit his girlfriend before that. And he had his job. But when the video came out and you saw it, you went, oh. Because it was ugly. It was just fucking ugly. So I know it's a little extreme, but we can hear all day about the desecration of Lord of the Rings, but until we see it and we know it's coming, I'm telling you it's coming. People have told me it's coming. Very good sources have told me it's coming. They've told us it's coming. They've been very upfront with what they're going to do with J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. And I know it's going to set people off in a Star Wars level way.
Yeah, just this is the last few months now, or maybe a year, whatever, that we have of looking at Lord of the Rings, thinking of Lord of the Rings the way that we do. Because once we get enough of this shit out, every time you think of Lord of the Rings, because like, Terminator, for example, I adore the first two. But whenever I think of Terminator, I'm like, ugh. It shouldn't be like that, but
Sarah Connor sitting on top of a train, like a car, complaining about being a mother.
yeah, it's just what I want. After John Connor got killed by a shotgun in the opening, because fuck it.
I feel like such an idiot because I defended Tim Miller to my old co-host because Deadpool 1 is like miles better than Deadpool 2.
Mhm.
And said the reason is Tim Miller. I said it's got to be Tim Miller because he's missing from the equation. It has to be Tim Miller. I was wrong. Maybe it was just a combination of him and Ryan Reynolds. I don't know. Or maybe it was just a one-time thing.
I wonder if they do another Terminator, how they'll ruin it again. They keep finding new ways to do it. It's like, what else are we going to destroy?
Maybe a Terminator will come back in time and fight a squaw, an Indian squaw in the 18. Oh, wait, that's Predator. Sorry.
Oh, God, Predator's next again.
Terminator will go back and fight a girl Viking.
We got Alien TV shows coming as well, right?
Yeah. And
God, let all of those franchises rest. Just let them rest.
And they got a guy who's really competent, but like this is the TDS thing. We've seen like really talented people lose their shit. Joss Whedon, Noah Hawley. I mean, I can name off a lot of people who are very good showrunners who aren't anymore. And a lot of it has to do with the TDS. It's a real thing. Tyler Boshears for $10. Well, you know what? It is a real thing. I mean, people like poo-poo it, but you got to realize that some of these people in Hollywood really convinced themselves that Hitler was back. Like they thought like this bloviating billionaire from New York who everybody loved. I mean, that like didn't take that seriously. You're fired. Like all of a sudden, like the Antichrist arrived. And it's like, no.
I think as well, if they convince themselves, like, if I can get the right message through my movie, I can save lives. Like, oh God, here we go.
Yeah, this hero. They make a joke on it, but I'll turn the joke on. It was like a hero-gasm. They got high on their own farts, and they thought they were. That's when everybody started putting activists in their Twitter bio and with their pronouns, right? And they thought they thought that was the act of a hero. Like we're changing lives, and like all this shit has been pushed since 2015. I talk about the origins of it in my video, but that's where activism came in because that's all. It came from the Obama administration. Barack Obama was a lifelong activist. That's all he knew how to do. That's all he knew what to do, and they brought that to Hollywood, and it made a lot of people who pretended for a living. Because a lot of them have a lot of guilt about it. I've been told this by many actors that they have like their success comes with this guilt that like, oh my God, I'm pretending for a living, and they take it seriously. And I don't have a problem with that at all. Never did. But when they go home at night, they're like, I'm making millions reading other people's lines, and maybe it fucks with it. And then they, And because they have access to countries you and I don't, and they go to these 5-star hotels, but they're driving up to these 5-star hotels in like Dubai or something like that, and they're seeing like poverty, like real poverty, maybe it fucks with them. First time donation. Hail Friday Night Tyson crew and guest and MauLer. Just wanted to give you a shout out to XRG and Tugs X-Ray Girl and Tugs for Poor Choices channel. I love that channel. It covers like Big Brother and all the girly shows. I think it's cute. They just got the 900 subs. They need 100 more to get to 1,000 and to be monetized. Oh, well, why does it X-Ray Girl? She doesn't tell me any of these things. So I'm asking the fellowship to sub to them. Yeah, it's called Pour, and it's spelled like pour because they get their little wine glasses out there. It's really cute. And they talk about their Big Brother, whatever chick shows they're talking about. I know there's a bunch of dudes into them. As a matter of fact, some of you might have heard Rob has a podcast. I doubt you have. Rob has a podcast. He covers Big Brother, and he used to be on what's that fucking reality? What's the first reality show that came out?
Oh,
not the Real World, but the game, the competition one, Survivor. Survivor. He was on Survivor, so he's got a podcast now, and he like turned it into this real thing, right? So my old co-host John, worked with him, and he used to cover Big Brother. But I remember my old co-host wanted to like make money on YouTube like from the get-go, and this is back in 2014 when I started. I'm like, dude, I do 2 podcasts a month. I'm not gonna make money. I'm not doing this to make money. Stop it. It's ridiculous. So he bailed because I had this attitude like, no, let's do this for a few years, and then I'll get the comic shop, and then we'll do it. Then things turned out how like they did. So
yeah.
But I remember here, that guy from Rob has a podcast. I don't want to blurt out what he made a month, but it was like obscene. I'm like, he makes what a month? And I'm like, whoa. Like it was equal to like one of my first couple of years at the comic shop, like what I pulled down. Guy made it in a month.
Damn.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Fucking capitalism rules. Sparky T88 $20. I saw Chris Gore in the chat of Attack of the Show last night. He said Kevin Pereira was the nicest of the G4 personalities. He certainly looks like it. He has worked with, which is nice. It is nice to hear Chris's opinions on the rest of the G4's launch in general, since he was a former employee. Yeah, that they didn't ask back. That's why I didn't even sub to the channel. Getting to know Chris, I'm an acquaintance. Like he's as real as you see him on live. He's like just a real dude. Like he loves film. And I think if there's going to be somebody out there who's going to keep the independent film torch alive, I think he might be the guy to do it. I don't know if he's ready for that kind of responsibility, but I think he could become like the face of independent film. I see that with Chris Gore. I do. Like he's the guy who recommends an independent film. Everybody fucking sees it. I think that's what I think he'd be really good at that. That's what he's trying to do right now. Attack of the Show seems to be holding up the rest of the G4 network. It certainly does. They get good numbers on Twitch. It's a Gundam did a fucking great video on the subject. I even like kind of fanboyed out. I messaged him. I'm like, dude, that was awesome. I have watched it every week, and while it was funny and entertaining, it feels way too corporate for modern day YouTube audiences. Sparky TA8 for $20. Yeah. It doesn't need to be. And Collider did, like, I understand why they tried this a few years ago. Like everybody wanted to be like the ESPN of nerds, right?
Yeah.
And you can be the ESPN of nerds, but don't be ESPN. No, do it with this, with just this. Sure, improve. Sure, get a studio, get a nicer camera. That's fine. But like, honestly, that's not what people are looking for. They're looking for, they're listening for you, for the you part of YouTube. I know it sounds saccharine as fucking hell, but it's true.
It is, yeah. I mean, dude, you've been around long enough as well as I about related to YouTube. That it was a whole different thing back in the day. It's gone through loads of phases, but it sounds kind of weird. But YouTube used to feel like this awesome, cool thing. Now I'm kind of like cautious about YouTube all the time. Just like never feel quite comfortable, and I think that's honestly kind of a good thing. There's that line in in Song of Ice and Fire that's like, you're never supposed to sit comfy as a king or something like that. It's just don't be comfortable on YouTube at any moment. Be prepared for anything to go catastrophically wrong, because hey, they might just fucking remove the dislikes in a heartbeat.
One of the speaking of A Song of Ice and Fire, a fatherly son exchange between Roose and Ramsey Bolton, which was a great father and son exchange. of trying to tell Ramsey to calm, because he's such a crazy motherfucker. And, Roos goes, hey, I'm not gonna begrudge you your pleasures. Just be quiet about it. Understand that nobody told tales about me. Nobody. And he's all, they fear me. And he's all, no, you don't want people to fear you. No, you want people to just, respect you. They don't have to like you and love you, but they don't fear. No, because then people will start plotting. He's all, you never heard people and then he tells his son, he's all, a quiet rule, a quiet people. This is my rule. Don't make me rue the day I raped your mother, which is a good line. It's a good line because he did rape it, his mother. That's how he had Ramsey is a bastard born of rape. It's those little exchanges. I don't know what made me get on that, but I would say that, just be real. That's all.
Dude, Ramsey killing Roos was so lame in the show.
God, it was terrible.
Just ugh.
Because it made Roos dumb. It's like Roos in the books knows he hasn't come out and said it, but he hints that he knows he's going to have to kill Ramsey. He knows he's going to have to kill Ramsey.
He should have known that in the show. And he was my backup Tywin. I was like, at least we got one ruthless motherfucker left.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely, because they made Ramsey into like a whole thing. Remember, he was like the boss before the end of the show, basically.
Yeah, when he wasn't supposed to be. Like you have Ramsey. Like George likes villains better. George, like he the one thing I've read A Song of Ice and Fire obsessively, so I see the flaws now. Like certain characters have plot armor. No male characters who are traditional heroes are alive anywhere. He wanted a real world where there's no, and like Jon Snow is it, and he's dead. He's dying. But he loves villains, and he's really good at making them. Like Ramsey was, like Joffrey was bad. Then Ramsey shows up, and then Euron comes and fucking blows them all away.
Yeah.
Like Euron from the show. I'm like, no. Euron in the books is a freaky, psychedelic, child molesting pirate.
Dude, the show version of him was so cringy.
Yeah.
The only good thing he did was kill the sand snakes.
Yes. Sparky. Go on.
I was gonna say, which is sad because I don't know if I've talked to you about this, but I remember where I was when I was looking forward to season 5. Because I was like, as much as I was annoyed with different choices, I was like, yeah, but I've heard we're getting the sand snakes, and I fucking love them in the books. The concept is so amazing. All these bastard daughters of Oberyn, who he's trained to be able to take care of themselves, they're going to find out he's been killed by the fucking mountain. Oof, we got plenty to work with there. Turned out to be possibly one of the worst things that have happened.
Absolutely worst. And it shows you how you took a legit theme that can be like used for quote unquote female empowerment, and you amped up the fucking feminism where it just didn't need to exist at all because of fucking Me Too times up. So there's a great scene, there's a great story where Abara, I think, says that she was with her mom, and her mom was drinking and crying all the time, and he just the Red Viper throws down a spear, and he gives her a choice as a kid. She's like, are you going to weep and die like your mother, or are you going to be a warrior? Just something like that. She picks up the spear, and that's like, and he trains her, and he fucking he trains them all. And in Dorne, they treat their bastards the same as they treat the noble birth.
Yeah.
I mean, they still can't rule, but they are allowed in the palace, and they are given everything they need and all the protection and all that. And that's cool.
Yeah. It's like a choice of weapon, and it tears or a spear.
Tears or a spear. So fucking good. I didn't describe it well enough, but it's good. And the fact that it's not Ariana, I'm forgetting her name. The fact that she killed Doran Martell in the show is just ridiculous. I'm like, that's when like, whoa, no. And for
so
what? Arya Hota would have killed them all.
He was stabbed in like the back when they died.
back, he would have never let that happen. His name in the book is the Watcher. He doesn't let anything get by. The man is trained. He could kill pretty much everybody in Westeros.
No,
He is like the top 3 fighter on the entire continent.
you remind me of the amount of characters who are known for their they are top tier and they get wiped out by easily. Fucking Barristan, man. Oh no.
So a couple of years earlier, we were meant to believe that Barristan could have cut through the entire Kingsguard by himself, and they would have been right. And then he gets taken down by the fucking Harpy. Fucking Harpy. No. Barristan would have taken them all out by himself with one hand.
Jorah was killed by a handful of zombies.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Jorah survived the Trident.
Jorah's whole thing is that if he's fighting for someone he loves, he's unstoppable, basically.
Unstoppable.
These are all really awesome dynamics, and we want to see them succeed. We don't want to see them fuck up.
Oh my god! You know what? If they would have done it right, like in the books, right now Jorah just looks like a monster, because he got captured by the slavers, and he has a giant slave demon tattoo on his face. And yeah, so he's got the demon tattoo. He's like really tanned, and he got the shit beat out of him. So he's like even tougher than he was before. And he's like with a bunch of cell swords, and he just looks like the scariest dude alive. I love it. I love that whole thing.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Gerard. He got caught in the crossfire, the feminazi. Then Jeremy roasted him, saying he wants a cheeseburger. Yeah, Jeremy. Gerard is a good guy and has spent his life making just game content and not being political. Just got caught up in the middle. Yeah,
you can tell he's out of his element when she did all that. He was like, what the fuck?
When you're live and you're put in that situation and you honestly don't know what's coming up, I'm not going to judge Gerard for what I don't know the man. Jeremy's just poking fun. It certainly looked like he was uncomfortable, and nobody knows what they're going to do in that situation because, hey, he signed a contract, whatever. That's why I said earlier, what the fuck is he doing there? He is a professional YouTuber on his own.
You're absolutely right. He shouldn't have lent himself to that.
What the fuck are you doing? That is the ignorance of youth. Sorry, MauLer. Not everybody young is dumb. Do not substitute age for experience. There is a lot of very young people who are smarter than fucking 60-year-olds, but that's a bad decision. Well,
yeah, and I don't know if you saw Razorfist's coverage, but even he was like, no flame to Gerard. He's a good guy, I'm sure. It's just like, yeah, everyone feels the same way. It's like, oh man, what are you doing? It's a mess.
Gerard, you're not going to listen to me. You're a more successful YouTuber than me, but you're young. Quit now. Quit. Get the fuck out of there. Say, I don't want any part of this. They got political. That's not what I want to be a part of. And save your brand.
Like his whole thing was he would take games and just max them out. Like whatever you couldn't do in them, he would do in 100% of the completionist, right? So he had plenty of, he's been doing that for ages. Doesn't need to go to G4. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, maybe you wanted to be part of something, but make your own something then, Gerard. I mean, you sounded like you said like Razorfist respects you, MauLer respects you. These are two people I respect. So I'm sorry I didn't know you, but don't go to these corporate fuckers, man. That they put you in that situation. That's fucked up. I'd be angry. I'd be so fucking angry.
Yeah, man. If you were hired to be on that show and just talk about Red Dead Online, then someone just has this rant about feminism, you just gonna be like, okay.
Yeah. If that was if that selfish cunt, that's the only. If she really sprung that on everybody, that's
It does seem like it. They all seem to be surprised.
It's funny how the lead up, though, she was really talking about Red Dead needing to get publicity, and she named a bunch of websites and they need to do something to get publicity. And then she transitions right into that and it totally sounded like she wanted to get publicity. Now there's a bunch of theories like she wants to be like, and they all sound good. Like they sound like good theories to me. Like she's trying to keep herself from getting fired. So okay, maybe yeah, she had trouble at her last place, so she's trying to shield herself. That's a good theory. It doesn't last forever though. They'll always find a way to get you out of there if they need to. Either way, she just fucked an entire company. Like they're fucked. That this is now their brand. Is
well, yeah, people associate it directly, and how could they not?
Yeah. Obi 911, first time super chatter. First timer was Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, the patient zero of the race and gender swap MO of geek culture. I love SLJ and all, but my Nick Fury has always been a white dude. Love all you guys. Keep up the great work. Hail all. Yeah, but I think it's incidental. What Marvel decided to do was use a little bit of what was called the Ultimate template. Ultimate Marvel was a little more Marvel was grounded, but this was like grounded, rated PG-13, rated R. Hulk eats people, or no, I'm sorry. No, Hulk eats people and the Blob eats people. Yeah, it was only supposed to be this like fun place we can go and do some more adult shit. Even Marvel Knights was very much like The Boys with Hyperion and the Squadron Supreme. Straczynski wrote that, and you get straight up frontal nudity of women in Marvel Comics. I'm like sitting there going, what era am I? What's going on here? I liked it at the time. I did because it was different, but I think you could be right there, OB911. I'm not going to argue. Thank you for the $30. Cal G for 20. I mean, we can go way, way back, but I would say if you want to say the spark, maybe. But Mark Millar liked to do that because he wanted to see these people starring in his movies. Like he was really smart. He was like, I'm going to draw people like movie stars to get their attention. And
the star power of Jackson would be pretty useful.
And it fucking worked. I think it would have been great to see Eminem being Wanted, before Eminem turned into a punk ass biatch. But Wanted, yeah, remember Wanted?
I do.
Yeah, well, the main character was drawn like Eminem. And the Angelina Jolie character was drawn like Halle Berry. Cal G, the rant from Frosk went on about sexism in gaming was the sequel to the infamous interview MKG did with the Breakfast Club a few years ago, just with way less stuttering. I just made the word sluttering. That's when a slut stutters. Godspeed to you. Godspeed to you too. Hardwick Bendow for $1 says that the most bizarre thing about the Book of Boba Fett is that it portrays Boba as so nice that he makes Mando look like Darth Vader. Mando was supposed to be the nicer Boba Fett, not the other way around. Compared to this, the Mandalorian looks rated R. Would you agree with that assessment? As a man,
I assume we'll be talking about it a little bit tomorrow. Maybe I don't know if Az has kept watching it, to be honest with you, but there's one part to this that doesn't line up, and it was looking at the comment section. I was thinking about it. So yes, he's for some reason this dainty, wonderful little crime lord who, when people literally like say, "Shut the fuck up, old man! I'll steal whatever I want," he's like, "Oh, will you please work for me?" Like that's not Boba Fett. We all know that's not Boba Fett. Boba Fett would fucking shoot them right between the eyes, as Rags kept saying, shoot them, and he wouldn't have any time for them. But whatever. However, he's captured and tortured to a degree by the Tuskens, and then he kills a big monster, and he's like, "Oh, Tuskens, you like me now, right? Yeah, woohoo!" And the Tuskens are like, "Oh, we need, speeders to take out the gun train." And so he goes over to the bikers and just beats the ever-loving crap out of them. And it's like, huh. Does that line up with, because like Mr. Nice Guy, who's being great to everybody, does it line up that he was just like, "No, the bikers are all evil, I'm gonna kill them"? It's like, yeah, of course they were like ransacking a bar or whatever. But I mean, the Tuskens fucking captured you and enslaved you. So why are the Tuskens good and the bikers evil? if you remember, in the third episode, sorry, the Pike people are like, we're being forced to pay the bikers, and we've been forced to pay you, and we can't pay two people. And he goes, okay, I'll kill all the bikers. And it's just like, what? Why have you decided that like, the bikers are all just evil? It's so weird. So people saying like he's super nice and respectful is like he is, except with that one faction that he fucking hates. Also, Bib Fortuna, he hated him too. Like, I'm assuming you know, but it's so bizarre that he executes Bib Fortuna and then says, "I shall rule with respect." It's like, well, that didn't seem respectful.
Very respectful. And you want to know why? Because they are literally writing this as they go. And I think that's how Favreau does business. And I think sometimes it works and sometimes it don't.
No, yeah, it's really hard to follow. And by 3 episodes, it seems everybody's been ejected after those stupid Vespers. It's like I saw Angry Joe and Star Wars Theory and many others basically being like, oh, this show is fucked. We'll see, though. Can't wait for the cameos, Gary.
Well,
who knows?
If they're saying it.
Episode 7, we can expect Tobey Maguire to show up, and I think it'll save the show.
Yeah. Like Star Wars Theory, I get what he does, right? It's fine. That's his thing. And he's happy. Good for him. Angry Joe. I've never followed him. I've never saw.
Oh, what I'm saying is like, neither of them liked it.
Yeah.
And those
it must be really bad if neither of them liked it. Yeah. Because they're a little softer on Star Wars than I am. We'll just
certainly more than I am.
You. If you're going to jump the shark, can the next Terminator have them all be sent back in time so that we can see Terminator versus human versus dinosaurs? Why the fuck not?
Do it.
A mistaken Terminator goes back to fight fucking dinosaurs. I'd actually like that.
T-Rex tries to bite him but can't quite even lift him. There you go. That'd be funny.
And the program, it's like, well, fuck, I guess I got to kill all these dinosaurs. And then maybe it does. And then maybe there's a weird future. That's something that should be like anime. Some anime remake. That sounds crazy enough to do it. Thank you, Zach Red Pillar, for $5. Like that name. We're getting some of the current super chats here. Here we go. Robert Lewis for $5 actually had a conversation with someone in production while playing Destiny. He said he wouldn't consider a project that that didn't have diversity hires. Yeah, that's what I've heard about absolutely everything.
Damn.
Hey, were you paying attention to Jay Longbone's Twitter tonight?
She's been watching something, right? And doing like a live tweet about it? Or is it something else?
Should we talk about some spoilers?
Oh, right, for Doc Strange. Yeah.
Are you still there, D-Day? You want the link? I don't know if you're still there, buddy.
Really bring on another toxic male? Really?
He's probably went off to go jerk off. His bathroom. Yeah. Jay Longbone posted some, like, I guess Reddit spoilers or something from Doctor Strange that just sound crazy. And I gotta admit, like, she's laughing at him like, oh, I think they're kind of cool. I think two of them is kind of cool. I think one of them's ridiculous. America Chavez's lesbian parents are going to be in it. I think it's fucking stupid as fuck. But some other stuff sounded insane. So I messaged a friend. I just asked him a simple question. This is not going to get my friend in trouble. I said, is Doctor Strange 2 that insane? Is it really that crazy? And he said, yes. Now, this is the friend who told me that Eternals would be absolute shit, and he was right. And I'm not ever going to ask him a specific ever in my life because I don't want to get him in trouble and I don't want him to lose his job. But he said it's going to be, and he's been talking it up. He told me a couple months ago that it's going to be very good. Again, this is not anything that's going to get him in trouble. And I was like, okay, I like Sam Raimi. I'm going to get excited. And then, like, I saw America Chavez. And I'm like, nope. And I still think it's just going to be a cameo fest. But I don't think it's going to be Spider-Man No Way Home good because it wasn't about the cameos. It's how they use the cameos. And it was about the villains as much as the heroes. And the movie just had tons of heart, and it made Tom Holland good. It did. It did. My fucking dude, you're gonna be so proud, MauLer. I'm gonna tell you what my son. Let me tell you what my son messaged me the just a couple of hours ago. So do your heart so good. Because my son was not about Spider-Boy.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tom Holland was a hero. I just couldn't see it. He's the reason we got the No Way Home we got.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of evidence that he might have been pushing for a lot of particular things to have happened. So, like I said, man, we're lucky we got what we got in No Way Home. Honestly.
Well, I mean, any other actor, I'm going to give him credit. Any other actor would have said, "Fuck no, I'm the star. I am the star." For him to like do that, that's pretty cool. Oh, I already did that one. I'm sorry. Hang on. Is Jeremy? Did he answer?
I didn't see him in chat. I think he might be gone.
He's probably gone. He could call me. I'm trying to I'm scrolling up here because there's $100 super chat that I want to highlight. Is that Raging Rhino? Hey, g'day, dude. That's from a long time ago. But g'day, Raging Rhino. How are you, buddy? Guy's fighting a good fight. He fucking hates Disney Star Wars with like the purplest of passions. And I think it's really entertaining the way he goes about things. Because he is real. Did I get this one? Yep. Keep rolling up. So tomorrow on the Real BBC, we're going to cover the Joss Whedon thing, and we're going to cover probably talk a little Moon Knight,
A little bit of Boba.
Oh yeah, definitely. I watched your EFAP, so I can keep up. Perry's here.
I was about to say, if you've seen those, you're pretty much up to date.
Yeah, I'm up to date. Like I know what's up. So I don't need to watch that fucking garbage on Disney Plus. I watch quality stuff on the EFAP every frame.
I was saying that as it's unfortunate that they come out on Wednesdays because like I'm so ready to have a talk about them when they come out, but I gotta wait the 6 days to get to Real BBC.
That's crazy. Yeah. I heard that Hawkeye, Kate shrinks a car. Yes. And some of the bad guys, and then an owl flies off with them. Remember how John Walker was a bad guy for killing a terrorist? For $10. Yep. Yep.
It's because I don't know what else to say about this other than we like to look at the events rather than whatever the music was telling you. Which, like I said, if you do that John Walker scene again, but you put in like the comedy music or something, maybe people wouldn't feel it was a bad thing that he did. But like I was just sitting there reading the scene, be it like, so this is what happened and how. Not look at that angle, look at the blood, listen to that daunting music. This is a bad thing that has happened. Meanwhile, the heroes are killing people all the time and the other stuff.
No, this what Marvel's bringing in quote unquote new voices, people who aren't experienced with writing comics and stuff. And I mean, that is, I don't know what other way to put it. That is a nihilist, a Marxist nihilist writing a Captain America story. That's the kind of morals you get. Like he just assumed everybody would see that as an evil move. He killed that freaking terrorist. And no, and I'm sure the writers were utterly shocked to hear like the pushback on that. The same reason that what's her face didn't realize that she had Wonder Woman raping a guy. They didn't notice. And you want to know why they don't notice? They ain't got no fucking morals.
Bum bum bum. There you go. Add some blood and music to that statement. Make people.
I wish I was there for the first time she heard like you or somebody bring it up. What? I wrote Wonder Woman raping a guy. What? Oh,
whoops.
Oh,
And you know for a fact somebody on set when they were doing it, they knew, but they just didn't say anything. They were just
I'll
like,
say anything. Yep.
man, this is a bit. It's fine. It's fine. It's funny. They put funny music on. It's like, do 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 do, like fun. Everything's fine.
Boop, 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 boop. Rapey, rape.
Plenty of gaps for laughter. And you know what? She retweeted someone who said it's probably a reference to Big. There you go. So we're fine.
I watched Big last Christmas, and yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird watching it now, especially when she's saying goodbye to him and he goes back into the kid and she goes, I just boned him, but
it's weird. It is, but it doesn't make it. It doesn't form a shield around Wonder Woman 84.
No, it doesn't. Like, you're just referring to another form of rape that was way more acceptable because it was in an adult body and it was in 1980, whatever.
I don't think she knew, right? Or did she?
No, she didn't know. No, she didn't know it was a kid. Not at the time, I don't think. I just saw it. The movie's fine. It's directed by Laverne. The long super chat wasn't, by the way, double down for $100. That long super chat was inspiring. I was lucky enough to study in the Lucas building at USC. I was a PA until 25, and now I produce small indies. Luke was my main inspiration that fueled my entire education and career. Now I puke when I watch modern Star Wars. It was everything to me. Double down. I'm applauding for the thanks, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I mean, just like the OT is it. Dude, I remember, like, there was a time I was more familiar with the Star Wars radio show because I listened to it I had my little cassette player out, and when it started on we have a thing called public broadcasting here, which is kind of the BBC. It's our government broadcasting, but they're funded through donations and some tax money, but not a license fee, right? And they're the ones that air the BBC stuff. So that's how a lot of kids my age know who Doctor Who is they would license out a lot of the BBC stuff and play it on like our version of it, which is a much more toned down version of it. But they also had radio, and that's how I heard of Hitchhiker. I heard of Hitchhiker because there was a Star Wars radio show. George Lucas gave the rights to USC. They got all the money for it and went towards the film program. They produced a pretty damn good radio show. They got all different voices, but it was still really fucking good. And it adapted pretty much the novels, and you got everything from the novels. You got Biggs and all that stuff. Got a longer extended scenes with Luke. No, Mark Hamill voiced Luke in it. And but no Han Solo, no Princess Leia. I think Anthony Daniels did C-3PO too.
I think he's done C-3PO in like everything he can. He'll take all the opportunities.
Star Wars radio show, fantastic. Double down. I'm sorry. I truly am. Why don't you go out and make another one? You go out and make another Luke, and that's what's going to happen. We need another Star Wars. I talked about it earlier today. It's great. We got a Spider-Man No Way Home. It's a gimmick movie. We need a movie of an original story that just captures everybody's imagination and brings everybody together. We need a band to bring everybody together. Fuck, we need a leader that can bring everybody together. I don't know who that's going to be. Maybe the alien that comes down to conquer us, but Kate J $4.99. Hi, Kate. How are you? Thank you for the $4.99. The G4 host screamed she's less bangable than the last host, and yet she says she's not meant to be eye candy. Well, which one is it? Pick a lane. Shake my head. Thank you, Kate. Right? She was all over the place.
We weren't allowed to have presenters at all. I didn't know that was taboo.
Everybody watched Attack of the Show to see what skimpy outfit Olivia Munn was willing to get into. She had a great sense of, or at least, again, her nerd knowledge, a lot of it was written for, okay? She wasn't that knowledgeable. but she had a good sense of humor. You can't fake that, at least for until she got into hanging out with the Aaron Sorkins of Hollywood and stuff. At this point, I'm still waiting for a kaiju to show up. Oh, after the volcano, JS Pena for $4.99. I kind of am now. There's Foul Ball. What's up, Matt?
Maybe that can be the leader, the kaiju. Maybe the kaiju will make an awesome movie.
Yeah, that's Matt from Foul Ball. He says he loves your stuff. He's a good dude.
Oh. Thanks, Matt.
T down under for $5 Australian. Have you seen the guy walking into the wall born 70s? Yes, that's a good clip. It's well done. It's very well done. It kind of shows you how the eras have changed. And he walks into a wall in the 2000s and takes a selfie.
Oh, yeah, that's been getting around. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
I appreciate the 90s kids being me. Didn't get too much damage there.
Yep. Yep. You know, the only reason cell phones started becoming prevalent in the 90s. All right. It was like the mid 90s, I think. 97, 98. And I got one like right when they came out, like some Motorola, whatever the fuck it was. And then I realized it was just, I got rid of it immediately because it was just like my wife calling me to go get shit. And it was my first wife. And I'm like, and it frustrated me because I was at work and she wasn't. She was asking me to go get shit. It's like, oh, you got a car? I'm working right now. Why don't you go get the shit? Why are you calling me to get the shit? Well, because you'll be out already, but you're not doing anything, you know? Never mind. It was just, it goes back to, I believe in equality. Like women should work. But never mind. That's long since gone. So I got rid of it. I'm like dumped it. But I got it back after 9/11 because a bunch of people lived because they had their cell phones. They were buried under all the rubble and they had their cell phones. Oh, fuck. I'll get my cell phone back. I had one ever since. I don't know why I was thinking. Oh, because I was thinking of cell phones because of the eras. I've had a cell phone for 20 something years now. When like I lived a whole life. I was thinking about I left my cell phone at home for the first time in forever when I went to the car dealership. And I had my wallet with me, but I'm like, you know, I used to go like entire years without having to call somebody or look at my phone. Like I went many, many years without it. It's so weird.
Well, yeah, now my phone is just this tool that's way too important that I need to keep on me all the time. It does all kinds of things and it's kind of feels weird. It's a weird form of technological evolution where a human being needs their phone now as well to be, you know, like even just Googling stuff. It's super useful, but there was a time where we got around without it.
There was. Well, now the random thoughts that hit my mind, I can answer immediately. That's the one thing I love.
Yeah. I was surprised my parents with that whenever they're like, oh, who was the blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I get my phone out and they're like, oh, right. You can actually get the answer.
You can get the answer now. You know, like I'll remember like, oh, Ronnie James Dio is dead. How did he die? Why is he dead? And I look and, you know, he had some cancer or something like that. I'd be really sad for a minute because I fucking love Ronnie James Dio. One of the greatest metal vocalists to ever live. Lord Thundercock for $4.99 says, I just put my daughter to sleep and my favorite dude is streaming hail. I'll say you're welcome, MauLer. I'm talking to you. He ain't talking to me.
Hail indeed.
Thanks again to Eric for being up there and throwing up all the links and shit. Taker 610. I think we got that. Okay, so we're caught up there. Thank y'all. Down to the new comments. There's Bionic Belly Button. Mayor McCheese want to go to bed last night. Uh-oh. Is he in the Mayor McCheese doghouse? Let me see. Eric Case here. All right. We're going to go for 15 more minutes. 2 hours, I said.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let I'm gonna go to bed. Fuck, I just lost my place. That's Hardwick. That's Mailman. We did that. Did I read that one? No, I didn't. Okay, so Mailman for $25. Long time watcher and lurker here. Not enough time commenter. No, anytime. And he's fine. Looking for, but you know what? Dive in. The water's warm and the people are real nice. Looking forward to seeing you and your shop in my area of Texas soon. Yeah, that shop thing is really thinking about that a lot, but I can't right now. I got it. Like my brain is, it's just ADHD. So I have to like really focus on like getting the fuck out of here. And Quarter Black is currently scheduling my life, and that's probably a good thing. So we can get that thing going, and hopefully afterwards to get my long locks cut by Mrs. Nerdrotic and donate. Hail all and hail Friday Night Tights. Well, excellent. As long as you want to cut those off. But welcome. And she will, yeah. So Mrs. Nerdrotic will be barbering hair in the shop. She will be barbering. It's just an excuse for us to work together, hang out some more. Probably have Buffy on or Doctor Who.
Rerunning it forever and ever.
I'm fine with that. Have a little studio there too, so we can do some live streams. It'll be fun. Zenny Biscuit for $10 says, hi, y'all. It's less than 24 hours till blackface clanhood is gone in Virginia and Virginia is free. Sic semper tyrannis. Dio Vindis. Love y'all. We're less than 25 till blackface clanhood is gone and Virginia is free. Who could that be? Is it I don't know, but I good. I don't know if that's a politician or something like that, or
yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. But good luck if it makes you happy. JB24 for $239. Thank you for the $10. Sorry, I didn't know what you were talking about. Hey, FNT. Not sure if you got my Xmas Eve donations, but if you did, I wanted to let you know that I didn't delete myself. Yeah, I read those. I read those in the Square Up. I did make it to 2022 clearly. It's been a cool start as a Spidey clip got my channel from 5 to 900 subs. That's amazing in 3 days. That's fucking awesome. That's how it starts. It may be short-lived. It doesn't matter if it's short-lived, JB24. Just enjoy it while it lasts, especially as I may have broken my hand today, but it has inspired me to start working on my channel again. Leave it to Spidey to be there when I need him. LO, thank you, and hail Friday Night Tights. And JB24, thank you for the 3098. And then he does it one more time. Quarter Black, would I be able to get in touch as I could use some advice? If not all, it's all good. Yeah, DM him on Twitter. And I believe he's got an email that matches his channel. So go to his channel, hit his about page, and then you'll see his email in there. Shoot him an email. Okay, he'll get back to you. Gibbering Gibbons for $5. You should watch Dr. Pooh that Viz did. It is accurate to source material and very funny. Viz? Dr. Pooh? I know there's like, I'm thinking Viz. I'm thinking like manga. Yeah. There's those Doctor Who anime shorts that are fucking awesome. Darkstar76 for $30 says, hail Friday Night Tights gang. I know it's been a while. I missed the anniversary stream, so here's some cheddar. Congrats on 8 years. Thank you very much. Been watching about 5 of them. Now I even got my ma watching you guys. All hail the fellowship. Oh, Darkstar's mom's watching. That's cool. That's cool as hell. Yeah. Yeah. This was a crazy Friday Night Tights last Friday. It was crazy. It's going to take me 3 days to get through these super chats. It's the most super chats we've ever gotten. But we're going to go for 10 more minutes. Ren Clowder Kicker. I almost said Dicker for $20. Pull up the Flash Supergirl full body costume, then pull up the Superman Woman Earth 11. Bet that is actually a female Kal-El, not Supergirl. like they say. No, it is. It's going to be a Supergirl is the new Superman. That was the language they used. They are so fucking dumb. Dumb. They are fucking dumb. I'm going to do a video on this. I just need to, it's going to take me a couple days to record it, but I need to just like vent on how fucking dumb Warner Brothers is. Hail chat. Hail freedom lovers. Hail Friday Night Tights. Dancy, thank you for the $5. Proper money. Winky Wanky Woo, thank you for the $1.49 British. Proper money. Richard Coleman, thank you for the £5. Proper money. George R. R. Martin wants to be like the greats, Tolkien, Jordan, and D.R.C. Sato, and leave unfinished works. Yes, but with Tolkien, he left the main work finished. The unfinished work was the ancillary stuff, the rest of the world. He'll say it was his great life's work that he never really intended to finish. It was just something he could fucking dick around on because he loved it. And good for him. But Lord of the Rings had an ending. Very good one. Jeremy missed it, but Mike William says cancel Jeremy for $5. I totally agree, especially with his opinions on pizza.
That's why we should be putting him on a throne, but you can cancel it for other stuff. He likes Tomorrow War. There you go.
Where's Rip James? He likes Wolverine Origins.
Oh no.
He wants to marry Tom Brady. Freaking hick. What am I talking about? I'm moving to Texas. I'm going to be hick too. Good. I'm going to get a cowboy hat, some cowboy boot. No, I'm not going to do that. I'll get a cowboy hat.
Gotta get a little revolver.
Oh, dude, I want to get like an arsenal of guns. I want to get my gun rights back. I really do. Can you buy a Sherman tank? Can you do that? Evil Bunny for $20. Here is another 20. One Streamlabs, one YouTube. Did Gothics have any idea what she was getting into? No. She didn't, but she held her own. She hung out for the whole time. She had a great time. I thought she was good, great. Cattleman Films for $4.99. Hail Friday Night Tights. Absolutely love your show. My dad and I watch it every Friday night. Oh, that's awesome. You watch it with Pops? That's fucking cool. I wish I could watch it with Pops. That's good to hear, though. What is your favorite LOTR scene and why? Mine is... It's misspelled. Why does it say XLOTR, though? Why am I missing this? Hang on.
Also, I don't recognize Gilrain.
Oh, okay. When that's in the extended version, yeah, I was like, what? And it's Aragorn's mom. So it's when he's here. God, yeah, it's brain fart. I love this scene so much. Let's go there. It's when Aragorn is brushing his mom's face, and Elrond comes out. She knew you'd be hunted your entire life. I never wanted it. Which is not the book. Aragorn's like, I'm ready to take that throne. I'm ready to return to Minas Tirith. Get in trouble.
Get in trouble.
And then we get an exposition dump from Elrond. But it's a good one. I never wanted it. What is my so X, he made the extended editions. Now I can see I slowly get there. What are your favorite extended edition scenes? Oh my god, there's so many.
Just Saruman's death. That scene is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Anyways, the theatrical versions anyway. I really like the scene with Boromir, Faramir, and Denethor.
Yeah.
A lot of background for the dynamic between them as a family.
I'm gonna have to give that a lot of thought, but there is. I love the extended opening in Hobbiton. They add a bunch of footage to that, and I think that is good and proper because it deserves that much extra time.
I love Fellowship. Probably the most out of the three, but I mean, you're just picking between the golden eggs at that point.
This is a great scene. It adds a bunch of depth, though. You want the last time I saw the theatrical cuts were I think up until when did the director's cuts came out for each movie? Because like I didn't even pick up the theatrical cuts. Once the extended versions came out, that's all I've ever watched. So it's been fucking 2 decades since I've watched the theatrical version.
I don't even know. Is there anybody who thinks the theatrical are better? Because they need to be removed from society.
There's probably one jackanapes out there who thinks so. Let's see what the chat's saying. The extended scenes for I'm trying to think of what is fucking because I can't remember now. What is extended scene? I know there's one obvious one I'm missing too, but it's because it's late. So let's see what the chat says. It's the extended came out in the fall. It did. So it was almost a year later. I don't even. Yeah. I said jackanape. I did. Like everybody's like extended. Oh, was that not in the theatrical cut?
I'm assuming it was.
It had to be because that's probably one of my favorites. If you're thinking favorite scenes, Peter, that's probably what you're answering. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, that would be my pick for Return of the King, certainly.
No, the beacons being lit. I fucking love the beacon, and I know that's in all of them. I love that. See that music is dun because like you're calling for help for the first time, and just the music and the lighting the fires. It gets my hair like thinking about it. My hair's standing up on my arms. It's such a fucking good scene. The beacons are lit.
It is. I think no matter what scene anyone's choosing, you're thinking about the music as well. It's
Howard Shore
absolutely nailed it. But the like Rohan's theme playing as they charge into the Pelennor fields.
Fuck yeah, it was just straight up fucking geek boner on that one. Like everybody in the theater was ready to fight after that speech. Everybody's they're all ready to go.
Best speeches ever, like literally cheering to death. Like, man, you get people cheering for that, you feel it. Poor Aragorn. He gave a good speech in the Black Gate, but he was never going to be able to match up to Theoden.
No, not this day is a good speech. It will not be this day. But no, the Ride of the Rohirrim is just, and Theoden does it, and fucking, it's not a bad speech in Two Towers either. So ride for wrath, ride for ruin.
And the juxtaposition then to have the Rohirrim smash against the Mumakil, the music just cutting the second it swipes a shit ton of them.
Yep.
I don't know if we mentioned this. I want to make sure. Lord of the Rings is really good. It's really good.
Really fucking good.
Real fucking good.
Really fucking good. Yeah, there's a lot of exposition. Nowhere near as much as in The Witcher. The Witcher books are all like, I'm going to sit down there for 40 pages and tell you a story. It's fine. I like it, but. And the red dawn rises. Ba, 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 ba. fucking so good. Gimli on the like, why did you like? Don't we need you to fight? You're gonna go out there and blow a big fucking horn, but it's okay because it's awesome.
I like the idea that he's like, oh yeah, you guys, you go out there and do that. I'll blow the horn.
And where is another Gen 42? Bless your heart, by the way, for being here. Hi, that's one of the greatest avatars of all time. I miss Douglas Adams every day. And where is Cinematic Venom now?
Yeah, he's like left the internet, I think. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would too after a fucking horrendous take like that. I would go like, just try it again, son.
I think he actually released a follow-up video saying he was wrong and that he loved like a lot of it in retrospect. It was a strange little arc, but yeah, like he's the one that said Gimli wanted Sam and Frodo dead. I love telling people about that who've never heard it before. Just like,
he told me that. I'm like, it didn't even compute for the first time. I'm like, what did he say? Is this kid retarded?
He was like, fair enough, but that's out of character for Gimli. It's like, yeah, it would be.
I could do it for a friend, but fuck Sam and Frodo. How about for a friend? But fuck those motherfuckers.
Frodo, you can see it in the Fellowship. He's just glaring at him every once in a while.
Look at there's Perry.
No one was kicked in the balls.
No one was kicked in the balls. Oh man, you're so good at finding those clips, though.
I survived EFAP 93. Yep.
I don't know if I'll ever survive it, though.
God, that was like a year and a half ago, EFAP 93. Damn.
That's an all-timer. That's like, that was a classic episode, dude. People talk about it to this very day. It's the fucking YouTube.
Awful the opinion was.
It was, yeah. So I got tons of emails going, have you seen EFAP? Like, yes, I've seen it. And I watch it. It's therapeutic. I'll pop it on the gym once in a while.
It's I think it got voted like the most rewatchable episode just because it was an hour's video and all it was all of us talking about how good Lord of the Rings was.
Dude, that stream we did, yeah, I think you could just talk about Lord of the Rings, like just get your friends together for every 3 months and just talk about Lord of the Rings, and I think that would make the audience just insanely happy. I think we should do the Fellowship stream for the Two Towers this year. When time comes, and I think we should do it for Return of the King because people like it. It did good on my re-upload. I mean, like there was a lot of people watching it already, and then it like did really well on the re-upload. And I'm still getting emails like people going, they loved it. They're re-listening to it all the time, and it's on Spotify. And I'd be more than happy to do it. We can do it on your channel next time. I don't care as long as we do it.
We've done EFAP movies for Lord of the Rings, but I kind of want to do it again with like a different cast and stuff. I mean, if it means I get to watch Lord of the Rings with you, I feel like that's a pretty good move.
I could do that.
Could you find some way of watching Lord of the Rings? I don't know.
I can find some way to watch Lord of the Rings again. It wouldn't be hard. It's like, I was done watching Peacemaker. I'm like, yeah, it sucks. Daredevil. Daredevil. Back to Daredevil. Back to Lord of the Rings. Back to Doctor. I'm watching a ton of old Doctor Who too, and it's really good. I was watching too much shit in a row. I needed to balance myself out again. Tell us a story. I've been telling you a story all night. We got to go though. That's the story. It's time to. I'll get through Friday Night Tights. Super chats. Hopefully, it's going to take 2 or 3. There was a lot, and I thank you. So Thursday night I'll be back 9:30. Thanks, Eric, for putting up the links all the time, and Cammie, it's good to see you here. Thank you. Thanks everyone who left a super chat, and I appreciate you guys. And MauLer, is there anything you want to plug?
No. It's been real fun, and I feel you on the catching up. I got to catch up with with a drinker on open bar when that happens, and try to help out with different other shows. That of course EFAP is still 50,000 words behind. We're getting there. But yeah, it's but I really enjoy talking in general with people, so it's
Yep. Weren't we on Discord for a couple hours before this? An hour and a half? I'm like, I gotta go do a live stream. You're like, you want company? I'm like, yeah. I do.
We'll be seeing each other again tomorrow as well.
And I'll see you in a few hours. And I will not be talked out. Neither will you. That's why you're good at what you do.
Oh yeah, we were built for this shit,
Hell yes.
And it all comes back to Lord of the Rings somehow.
It really does. Hang on. It says, thank you very much. And we appreciate you too. Okay. We appreciate all of you. Was your super chat from tonight? Let me see, Jester of Roanoke. Let me go back and see before I go. Oh, here. Wait, what was that? Was that it? Oh, hang on. I'll get to yours, Jester Roanoke. Shout out to Makeship. My mailer never came in, and they are sending me a replacement. Hail Gary, says Trucker Rob. That's good. That's honest. I'm sure you're very glad to hear that.
Oh yeah, I had, obviously we've had a couple complaints, which is pretty good considering. I think between me and Rags, it was up to like 6,000, 7,000 units. So that's a lot of units that could have fucked up, but apparently it went pretty smoothly. So good to hear.
The Buzz GCG for $5. I held off on a cell phone until around 2015. Today, I listened to Winston Churchill's Never Surrender speech on it, tearing up a bit as an American. God, that's a good speech. Hail Winston Churchill, one of the greatest human beings ever to live. Of course, they took one of his statues down in the UK because you have your retards too.
Take all the statues down eventually.
We'll put that one back up. I think Winston should go back up like 6 times bigger just to fucking piss him off. I think every time you pull down a statue, make the next one 6 times bigger. All right, Jester Roanoke, give me just a second. Ooh, I don't know how I'm going to find that. How am I going to find that? Okay, hang on just a moment. I have to go to another computer. I am logged in on the main channel. I have to do this. Sign out. Go in. Go in. Go in. Go in. There we go. Studio. I'm just looking at one of RK Outpost's fucking thumbnails, and it just says, Disney, this is bad. I fucking
what? I agree.
I do. There needs to be an award for YouTube thumbnails, and I don't mean the regular guys. I mean for us. I think it's an art. I think like yellow flag. I like how you choose yours. Yours are chosen with the subtlety but impact. Okay, especially your Captain Marvel one.
I think that one got around because I think some people didn't even notice that was a real. Like, is that from the film? It's like it is. It is. You can find it in there.
Yes, you can. You gotta try. If I miss anybody's super chat tonight, it'll get popped up on Thursday. It'll be taken care of on Thursday. Sorry. Did you give a super chat? Now I didn't put up the donations link, Jester Roanoke. Did you use that? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. I'd still like to do drinker hour on Time Bandits. Jester Roanoke for $2. Yeah, Drinker and I did talk about that. I'll ask him if he's up for it. He cannot do Time Bandits without me. Fuck no. That is one of my favorite all-time movies. That's in my top 10. Time Bandits is in my top 10. I saw that movie when I was that kid's age, basically, a little older, not much older. No, I was that kid's age. So it was like speaking to me. It was right when I was discovering British entertainment and understanding it. And and yeah, it's a very British film, you know. And it's even though it's directed by Terry Gilliam, but I mean he lived most of his life now in the UK. And it was made on George Harrison's money. George Harrison paid for that fucking movie. So everything about it is cool as fuck. It's got Sean Connery and John Cleese. Enough said. And Ian Holm. All right. Yeah, Jester Roanoke. Thank you. Oh, wait, hang on a second. Gary, you got to stop by Blythe Oscar's Stop Shop, Lovekin and 14th Avenue. Best carne in... Is that the Lovekin Caves? Blythe, the best carne asada in California is in Blythe. And I'll be driving through Blythe on the way out. Okay. Robert Lewis, I will check it out. Okay, now we got to go. So thank you very much. And have a good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye-bye.